Hello fellow traders and welcome. The title of this presentation is Every Day is Not the Same. But before we start, let's read our risk warning. Please read the risk warning. I have to apologize for being off the grid for a while to my fellow traders, to my channel, Discord. Haven't been posting much, but there was a very important reason for that. And the reason was I was developing something very new, something very different, something revolutionary that you will be amazed. So I suggest you stick to this presentation. And I will start it with a few questions. Your day, is every day you wake up the same? I don't think so. Do you eat the same food every day? I don't think so either. Do you walk the exact same path every day? Same answer again. Do you trade the same every day? I don't think so either. So why should the charts behave the same every day? So your goal, usually the goal is trying to find an indicator that works for your style. Trying to find an indicator that works for your chart every day. Trying to find a bot that makes money for you every day. But the market is different every day. So how can we accomplish that? This will blow your mind. And it is called My Chart. This is something new, and I think you will be amazed with what you're going to see later on. So what if you could create your own chart, the chart that looks good for you? What if you could create your own chart that fits your trading style? What if you could create a chart that works for your indicator? Or you could have an advisor to tell you what indicator to use for your chart, or if your indicator is good or not good for your chart the specific day. Now you can with My Chart. So let me go a bit into details. How is this possible? Well, because this chart, it balances the forces, okay? This creation, it balances the forces on your chart. And what are the forces? The forces are range, which is actually the price move of a bar, and volume. Okay, let me go deeper on that. The components of my chart is the brain, which is the chart generator, which is a service, okay? It's generating, balancing, optimizing, and scoring indicators. All right, I will come later on into more details on that. And this is a service running on MetaTrader 5. And the second component is the user interface, which is my chart control. It's an indicator controlling the brain and adjusting the parameters. Let's explain a bit the different kind of charts. This, and I will start, let me zoom in. On the right, it's a volume dominant chart, which means what? It means that volume has much more significance than the price move. So we see volumes, but we do not see very significant price moves. So this is a choppy market with flat bars, hard to read the structure. Okay, that's a volume dominant. Now, from now on, the R means range, which is the price move, and V means volume. And this is the balance score. So the score, the higher it is, the better the chart. Okay, so this quality is very weak because this is a very volume dominant chart. Okay, if I go to the next one, is a range dominant chart, which means what? It means that price is moving but without significant volume. Okay, again, the rating is low, it's at 18%, which is terrible. These charts are very dangerous because you can see huge drops, moves, and stuff like that for no reason. All right? And let's go to a balance chart. Now this is a range volume balance chart. As you can see, R is 52, volume is 48%, and range volume balance scoring is at 92%, so the quality is excellent. So if you start reading this chart, you will see, for example, okay, that on the top of this we have a low volume, so the down move comes down with a low volume. All right, then we have absorption and volumes are picking up. Okay, this is buying on the pullback. Okay, then we're going up, coming down again, and on the down move again higher volumes, which means buyers are active again. And then we have a strong move up with normalized volumes, which means that the up wave is mature. Okay, so this is a chart that you can rely on. This is very difficult to rely on. So I based the whole philosophy behind range and volume balancing. Let's continue. To show you the story of the same thing in a different view. This is gold. On the left side, we have an 1 hour time frame chart. Okay, each vertical line, it's a day. All right, and on the right side, we have almost the same picture, not exact same picture. Okay, because time here is not a variable, because for this chart to generate, it needs specific range and specific volume in order to create a bar. So you say, okay, they look the same. They are not. First of all, look at the volumes. Okay, they are completely different. Okay, the days, the separators of the days, the vertical lines, again are completely different. So here, this from one day to the other, we have quite a few bars, while in this day we got very less bars. A few things that are not immediately visible from one to the other. is the following. I will point this out for you. Check these points on this chart and on this chart, okay? These are bars close together, which means consolidation, and is going to break. You don't see this here except maybe this, let me put the laser on. So these are consolidation zones, and if you were a waist wave with speed index trader, you will have a high SI, high speed index, when it was a hard to move up wave and then break down, because these were sellers. So as you can see, these are much more visible zones on my chart than on a regular time frame chart, because my chart creates a bar if there is a reason, not because 1 hour passed. And the reason is the minimum criteria on range and volume. So let's continue. This is excellent for breaks. It's also excellent for trend changes, and it's very adjustable to your indicator. Which means what? It means you can play around with the settings and see a chart, create a chart that works for your indicator. Because if you see signals that are following the chart, then you have created the perfect chart for your indicator. All right? So, the control. Let me explain a bit the control. We will go live, of course, to see the stuff. Okay? And I will explain this in more details. But even though it looks a bit busy, it is very, very simple. Okay? First of all, this is the range. In this case, is points. So 43 points or 4.3 pips. And this is the volume in ticks. So this is 1000 ticks. So this is where we say the generator to create a bar if 43 points have been achieved and at the same time 1023 ticks have been achieved. And you start generation of the chart from the 1st of April. Okay? This is all inputs, so you can enter directly on the control. Just hit the button and you get the chart, the regenerate button. Okay? Now, this is nice, but I need more, okay? Now, let's make it smarter, okay? I made this quite smart, okay? I balance the chart, because whatever I put here, okay, it might not give me the correct balancing. Like I said, this is the balancing here that I showed before, so the range is at 31%. The volume is at 69, so this is not a good balancing. So you got a button to balance the chart. Then you got a button to find which indicator works better for this chart. Okay. And then after you find the indicator, the program finds the indicator, you optimize basically the chart for the specific indicator. Now, in this P1 and P2, I have multiple default indicators from MT5 plus wave with speed index. So the program, when it's in auto mode, it searches all the indicators. Okay. Now, before I go to deep scan, let me go to style. You see bars plus plus plus. This means it's like being a scalper. So it creates a chart with many bars within the day. Okay? And as you go down, less bars, less bars, less bars. And this is almost like a daily chart at the end. And the engine is already providing the information for the specific instrument that you're trading, where it's going to start. Okay? So, If I'm a scalper, okay, I will choose first the style. Okay, it will create my chart. I will balance it. I will find the indicator. I will optimize, and then the trade guide will tell me how to trade with this indicator. But it's not only one indicator. If you notice, I got two profiles. The P1s are and P2s are called profiles, and the indicators are stored in here. So P1 is working as a trigger to give me what's the trigger, and P2 is working as the confirmation that if I get a trigger, is it valid? The confirmation is P2. All right, so like that, the indicator provides a fit score for the indicator that we're going to use and a reliability score. Okay, if it's going to be reliable, medium, or very high, having very high reliability. Now, let's say that I'm not a scalper and I'm able to trade all this stuff. Okay, so what will this deep scan will do? It will go and pass through all the styles, okay, and find the best indicator. It will balance, it will find the best indicator, and it will optimize each style, and out of all the styles, it will suggest me to trade on this style with this kind of indicator, okay? Not complicated, believe me, because there is a flow, and the flow, we got several options. I will go with option 1, which says I want a specific style and all the indicators to play. So it can find, I can click on bars with the 5 plus signs. So the program will generate the chart as I have been trading, let's say, a 5-minute chart, okay, approximately. Then it will balance. Then I will find the indicator after the balance. Then I will optimize the chart for the specific indicator and score it. So I will provide a score from 0 to 100, okay, and also a reliability. So, and then I will trade. What does trade mean? This is the trade guide on the right. The trade guide will tell me, okay, which indicator to apply, okay, and to follow the instructions. We will see this live. Now we got another option. This is not the only one, huh? We got the option of deep scan, which means all styles, all indicators. So with one button press, automatically it will generate, balance, find indicator, optimize all styles, and scores the best style and indicator. Okay, of course this takes some time, okay, because it's doing everything for every style and every indicator, but it's worth waiting, okay? It doesn't take hours. And then we can trade according to the instructions. Option 3, custom style with a specific, with your indicator. What does that mean? Let's assume you don't have the indicator you trade currently is not included in here on these two profiles, okay? So what we'll do is you will generate a chart to any style that you wish. Actually, not even a style. Let's start with playing with the numbers here yourself, okay? Hit regenerate, and we'll create a chart. You will apply your indicator and see if the signal your indicators provides are tradable with a specific chart. If they're not, then you repeat the same process. You change the numbers, you regenerate, and you see if your indicator is working better or worse. Simple as that. There's no limitation here. Okay. Option 4. We will use the default styles, one of these styles here, but a specific indicator that we like. For example, I can check P1. Let's assume that I like relative strength index, RSI. Okay, I can pick RSI instead of auto. Nothing on P2, and tell the chart to be balanced. Okay, I will balance, I will optimize. There's no need to find because I have already selected the one I like. It will give me a score for the specific indicator. See, okay, the score will tell me if I can trade with it or not. Okay, on the specific instrument, on the specific chart. If it's reliable, and if it's having a high score or a low score. Okay, if we decide to trade, then the directions are here. Of course, you might have your style. One more thing which is very, very important is this. On the profiles, this is where you select the indicators, you have the option to select an external indicator if it has buffers of buy and sell signals. You just signify the buffers, you apply the indicator on the chart, and then the system will do all the calculations and tell you if it's feasible to trade with it with the actual sell and buy signals from your indicator. Okay, that's amazing. Let's continue. Live demo. Okay, let's see how this baby works. Okay, watch my chart bars print in real time. Where is 75? Here. All right. Let's start one from the beginning. Like I said, this is a service on the right here, on the left, sorry. Okay, and it's called My Generator. So when you install it, you will see My Chart Generator. So how do I create a chart for a specific index? First of all, you don't need to have, for a specific pair, you don't need to have the pair down here, okay? It doesn't really matter. I just have them because I will trade with them. All right, so what I'll do is I will right click and say add service, input. I will put the name of the one I would like to create my chart. So in this case I will put, for example, USD JPY. Okay, forget about the parameters, these are very simple, will be explained in later videos. Okay, and I will just change the style. Let's say I'm a scalper. Okay, and the date, from which date. So now we'll put from the 1st of April because I don't care for anything before that. Of course, I got the ability to provide also a template which I have ready. Okay, I will delete the template to see what is gonna be. The chart generator will give birth to a new chart, okay, to a custom chart. Let's see it. There we go. It's creating blah 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 blah. It's doing stuff. It's doing all the calculations according to some values that, after an algorithm has analyzed the specific pair, has found some default values for a scalper. Now, what am I going to do now? Now I'm going to apply my template that I have already included, the indicator, which is the user interface, which is called My Chart Control. Okay, so two things are involved here. The engine is my chart generator, and my chart control is the control of this engine. So let me apply the template. Okay, so this is the template. All right, the control communicated with the engine and took the default values. Okay, and it starts with what I said. Okay, with bars plus 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 is like being a scalper. All right, so let's say that I want to create my own. Okay, all right, so I will change the 43 points to, for example, I don't know, 6 points, and the volume to 500. Okay, I will just click generate. While it's working, the button is getting orange, and this dot here is green or blinking green, and when the system finishes, it will turn into gray. So this is where you basically see that the system has finished. So it has not finished yet. All right. Gray, the system is finished and it created the new chart. Okay, different chart than before. Now, down here is giving us the balanced quality. So it's a 24% balance. This is not a good balance between range and volume. So what am I going to do? I'm going to balance it. Okay, right now it's going to do 3 passes, means 3 different generations trying to balance the chart. Okay, of course this is selectable in the indicator. You can do 5, 6, 7, as many as you wish. All right, so it's doing the 3 passes, trying to balance range and volume. Okay, we're going for the third. It's going to give us a score. Okay, this is the score. We have balanced the chart with 84%. Okay, now this is a balanced chart. Then let's see if we can find an indicator. So let me show you the indicators. These 2 profiles, like I said, are the indicators. Let me show to you them inside. Right now we are working in the auto mode. So here you can see the indicators that is going to scan. RSI, MACD, Stochastic, MA5, Williams, all the, I would say, the strong indicators, plus Waze wave. Okay, now all these Waze follow, wave absorption, flood absorption are considered for the Waze wave. Okay, and as I said before, you got the option for an external indicator that has buffers and can communicate with its buffers. So let me continue. So right now that the chart is balanced, I will tell them to find an indicator which fits the best out of this that you saw. Let me also show you the confirmation. These were the trigger indicators that I showed you before, and the confirmation indicators are here. And it's not available, which means I don't want a confirmation indicator, I just want to trade with the trigger. Or other confirmation indicators are ADX, MFI, OBV, ATR, and accumulation distribution. So these are all give the confirmation. So I will leave them in auto to decide itself. And I will say to this, find the indicator that fits best. So right now it's going to, it did it already. Okay, and it's telling us the best indicator that I fitted on this chart, okay, it's MFI 14 period, and the confirmation is OBV. All right. On the right side, it says the fit. It means it's the scoring of the indicator is about 64 out of 100, and the reliability is medium. Okay. Anything above 70 and reliability high, it's a good match. So, but even if I wanted to trade, let's say with this, what I will do next, I will optimize the chart for the specific indicator that already has a medium score. So let's optimize. So we will do 3 passes again. Of course, this is adjustable. The more passes you do, the better the results. Okay, so it's adjusting again the chart. And let's see if it's going to bring the indicator to a higher score after the adjustment. Maybe yes, maybe not. Okay, still working. It finished. No, it did not. It did 64, which says it's good. Okay, with the reliability medium. All right. So we have finished the process. So what do we do now? If I want to trade with this, I'm just going and apply RSI 14 on my chart. Okay, and it says OBV. Let's find OBV. From here, this is on volumes. There it is. And OBV on the chart. Okay. So what does the trade guide say? It says to go long. So, sorry, it said MFI. Yeah, it's a different indicator. Sorry, I made a mistake. We don't need RSI, we need MFI. So MFI, it's this one. Okay. And what does it say now? So MFI is our trigger and OBV is our confirmation. So it says that to go long, we need MFI to be down on 2030 support somewhere around here in this area. Okay, around 2030. And we need price to break some kind of support or resistance level. And we need OBV to be rising or holding at higher lows. So this is not the case here, so I will not be trading that, okay, because we haven't broke. We might reach the 20, but OBV is not rising, okay, so it's dropping actually. So this is not a trade for me. So this is simple as that, okay, it's simple as that. Now if I see OBV rising, this and this breaking, for example, this level, since I'm in almost scalper mode, okay, and breaking this level, and I see, we have turned and OBV is rising and breaking this resistance level, I will probably go long. So let's go on with the next functions. So instead of doing all this manually, okay, I want to do this with one button, but with all styles, because the indicator will choose the correct style for me and the correct indicator. So what will I do? Deep scan. Okay, we started. Okay, so it's going to scan and create 15 different charts. Okay, it's scanning 100 bars back, and five different styles, each style 3 times, so 15 scans. Then, after balancing, it will find, you see, it moves from one style to the other. The orange changes, it's already on bars plus, now it's going to move on bars plus, now it's going to move on bars plus, We are at 11. Okay. It's moving on. It's different style. There we go. It went also to bars plus. So it's finishing the styles. Okay. It's balancing all the styles, trying to find the best balance, the best style, and then the best indicator out of these indicators inside here. Then, after finding the best, it will try to optimize the chart for the specific one or two indicators. All right. So right now we are at 90 seconds, okay, it's balancing right now, it's optimizing the indicator. The best style that it found, it was bar plus with 4 pluses, okay. And it's trying, now it's recreating again to optimize the chart for the specific indicators. Let it finish. Okay, we are finishing up soon. Anyhow, we're not going to do this every 5 minutes. This is a start of the day business. Okay. Okay, got 2 more passes to balance here. Okay, see how it's changing the range and the volume all the time to find the the best match. Nothing is perfect in this life, but this is quite amazing. Okay. All right. See, you can even do that with the indicators on, huh? It might delay it a bit because the MT5 has to also draw all this stuff, but you can do it even with your indicators on. So we are waiting for the scoring after the rebuild. It finishes the rebuild, okay. It's doing some diagnostics and chart settings. And we are finishing up now. Let's see what it's going to say. And it finished. Gray button here, it means we have finished. So the balance is at 68%, which is good. Okay, it's not perfect, it's good. The indicator suggests it's MFI 14 again and OBV. The fit is 85 score, which is very good. Okay, very strong. And the reliability is medium. All right. We can trade with this. Okay. We can trade with this. All right. Let's look at what it says. It says MFI, if it turns, let's see the 20 here. It is not visible. Let me fix it. Indicator list, levels. Okay, it is on the levels. Why is not visible? What is MT5 doing? It's on the scaling. I don't know what MT5 should have brought. Okay, also the 20%. And we need to scale this indicator differently. So if we scale the indicator, here we go from 0, not minimum value. Scale 50%, yes, minimum value 0. Maximum value 100. I don't know why 25 it doesn't do that. Now we are scaling, so it says you are at 2030. 2030 we are about here, okay, and OBV is turning up. Go long. That's the direction and breaking a support level. All right. So let's look at some other ones. Okay, that was USD. I have already in my chart TRX crypto. Okay, let's do some. The balancing is not good. Okay, so let's do a deep scan again. Okay, we'll do it the same thing, and then we will go into a bit more detail to show you how you can select a specific indicator and run it for that. Okay, I have a lot of runs here, so it's going to take some time. So let me go to another one. Okay, that's a chart at 165 already with MFI as the trigger indicator and accumulation distribution with fit 79, okay, which is very good reliability medium, okay, and let me show you if I wanted to score this with my preferred indicators, what I would do. I would click here and I would say, for example, RSI. So right now, and I don't want a second indicator, so NA, not available. So I will click here, okay, click my style. Let's assume I want to be a scalper. So it will create first the scalping style, I mean many bars per day. Okay, let me see how many runs it's going to do. 300 bars. The more the better the results. Okay, so is it finished? Not yet. When the dot goes gray, we have finished. There we go. Dot is gray. So now we balance it. Already it's balanced, so it's at 96%. So there is no need to balance at 96%. So I would tell him now, not even find the indicator. I would say optimize because I put RSI already. So I said optimize for the specific indicator. So we might do some modifications, small modifications to the chart. And it will give us a score. First run, 2 runs, 3 runs. We're going to do 3 runs and then finalize. All right. It's building the score. There we go. We're waiting for the score from the engine. Best fit. Okay. Where is the score engine? The score is here. It doesn't put it on the trade guide. 52. It says caution. Okay, so even though the chart is balanced, it does not give us a good score to trade. So I can either change and try something different. Let's try stochastic. Okay, so optimize again. And see what the score is going to be this time. All right, pass number 3. Building the score. 47. Okay, caution again. So this is not tradable with stochastic. So if I pressed deep scan, okay, and take off put this on auto mode, also this on auto mode, and do the same thing. And do deep scan. Let's see what is going to score now. What is going to suggest. This is amazing because every chart is not the same and every day is not the same. So starting a day every day with the same indicator, try to trade. It's not so much, it's not easy, okay? It's not easy for the same indicator to work every day on every different chart and on every different pair, okay? So this idea is like reverse engineering. Instead of trying to find an indicator that works on a time frame chart, why don't we create a chart ourselves and find the best indicator for it? Okay? So that's what I've done here. Okay? We already have a candidate. See as it goes through. Now we are on bars plus. It did produce the candidate of bars plus 2. Now it's going to also produce the candidate for bars plus, and then it will evaluate all the styles and will tell us, you want to trade style bars with 2 pluses, for example, with this specific indicator, in order to have a better chance on trading efficiently. Okay, so optimizing. We haven't finished yet. What else did I not mention? Basically that's it. Okay, I had one more thing to say. Okay, this is like an option on the indicator, not having to do all these calculations, but it's not bad what I'm going to show you now, because it's showing consolidation areas. Okay, we're setting up. All right, it finished. Gray MFI with OBV second, confirmation indicator with fit 79 and a reliability medium. All right, and the other thing I was going to tell you, which I forgot, that a feature that this indicator has, if you want to find consolidation zones, okay, you can set this rectangle off to on, and you can set it up from the indicator settings. Okay, and these are the settings here. So it says that if I have 5 bars which are very close to each other, okay, and what do we mean close? Okay, you can use either range or ATR. Let's use ATR. Let's use, I got 6 bars, okay, and I want also, is doing the following calculation. It will take the volume on these bars that you're going to see on the rectangles and compare it with previous volumes, okay, so you know if it's normal or not. So let me say draw volume ratio. So this is going to show us how large or smaller than previous volumes is this consolidation area. All right. There we go. Okay. Where is this useful? Look at this. Okay. We're going 100. That means 100. That means it's almost the same as previous. Okay. 89. It means it's a bit less. But this area, it's 123. So that was a significant consolidation area, and the price dropped. We dropped. That means we got significant volume here, more significant than the previous ones. This is a very nice tool, okay? And of course, I can also change the how many bars I want to check back from the indicator. And this is it, guys. This is it. This is coming out soon, okay? I have been testing it for quite a few months. It works very well. I'm extremely happy with it. So it's coming out soon. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Let me go back to the presentation. So, my chart coming soon for MetaTrader 5 at an introductory subscription price. This is going to be with subscription. I will have like a promo at the beginning, so it's not going to be that high. Okay. I hope you enjoy it and you like it, because I know many of my customers will buy it, because I know they know that what I'm building, even though I'm not a developer, I'm a trader, but I know how to develop, okay? It's reliable. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this new revolutionary brain that will take you to another level. Thanks again, and bye-bye.